Edwin is, again, taking Gabby's fucking word for the fact that she was being blackmailed. Edwin thinks that that's way too virtuous. I think he said this to get a reaction out of people and should never be joked about. Hey guys. So, if anyone follows me on Twitter, you will already know what the fuck this is about. I was really hoping to never have to speak about Edwin again, and yet his recent live stream disgusted me. So I thought I'd just share a few of the clips that I saw. To be clear, I'm not subscribed to him anymore. He's got his comments in subscriber only mode, so I couldn't comment live chat. So, Edwin had a live stream where he would be on a voice chat on his Discord and speak to a bunch of his haters, especially people that just don't agree with him. I only viewed that live stream for about 3 minutes and I found multiple clips where I was like, this is fucking gross. So, let's quickly discuss that, shall we? By the way, that live stream was 10 fucking hours long. How do you live stream for that long? Like, Jesus, take a break, dude.
Are you reading this screen stuff that Gabby puts up there? Because 90% of her receipts don't even match what she's talking about or aren't even real receipts.
What you're describing to me is like petty stuff that like...
So the first clip, that Gabby shares a shitload of evidence when it has nothing to do with the actual situation she's talking about, or it's duplicates of stuff she's already mentioned. So she's not actually including anything new. So even in her apology to Alex, she even included "this is not Alex" text messages. And for Edwin to call this stuff petty, as people were bringing up, it's not. Gabby has accused multiple people of gaslighting, doxing, threatening assault, physical assault.
Harasses me, threatens me, doxed my ex, harasses my family, platformed my abuse.
And it's just not okay. You don't get to just throw those terms out there and say that because people defending themselves is fucking petty. Are you kidding me with this? The next clip is around blackmail.
Not defending any of that shit at all. Like, you
No,
don't see me.
even with the big shit, she's doing it.
And that's why whenever she's making these bigger claims saying, oh, well, Jesse blackmailed me, that's where we're just pointing out she tends to do that where...
Yeah, I remember. Well, to be fair, when Gabby was saying the
blackmail
blackmail stuff, she was basically being threatened too. That she was like, I'm gonna have to make a video about
do
this.
the phone call.
That's not a
Yes,
threat.
she was.
Edwin is, again, taking Gabby's fucking word for the fact that she was being blackmailed by Jesse because Jesse said that she's going to have to make a video to defend herself against things that Gabby has done. I'm going to insert that clip of me reading those messages.
And then she blackmailed me. Dude, she told me that if I didn't delete that fucking video, that she was going to expose me.
I saw your story time about me and blank and getting tweets and comments about it all day. I know this is our job and I know that content needs to be pushed out, so it's not always personal, but I really just wanted to ask you directly if you could private it or delete it altogether. Watching you call me or past me psychotic and neurotic was hurtful enough, but hearing the lies you told in the story just to make me seem crazy really made me upset at first. I don't think you purposefully lied, or at least I don't want to think that, but I do actually have proof that the things didn't go down like you said. I have not gone public about your whole thing with blank, and you know I could have. It's just not who I am. To see you do it so nonchalantly, calling me jealous and psychotic when you know how things end with you and blank, was shocking to me. Anyway, I'm just reaching out because if it doesn't get taken down, I will have to make a response video. That's not blackmail. That's a defense, which Gabby does all the time. I really, really don't want to, but a good amount of people know it was me. If I have to tell the truth and show proof that what was said is not true, I will. Our careers are unfortunately built off of public perception, and when you mess with that, you're messing with my livelihood. I hope you understand, and that doesn't turn it into something dramatic. The past is dead to me, and I don't want to have to bring it up in order to defend myself, nor do I want to tear you down in any way. Sorry for the novella, I want to be upfront with you before I do anything, but more importantly, I don't want to have to do anything at all. It's such old news. Anyway, that's all I have to say. So the only threat was her making a response. So, in no way is that blackmail. Blackmail is what Gabby did to Jessie, saying that she had to sign an NDA, otherwise she would not only continue talking about Jessie's fucking assault, which has nothing to do with her, right?
In a trauma that has fucking nothing to do with me.
That she would continue to fucking release videos.
This isn't me trying to, hurt you or threaten you in any way. This is not do this or it's gonna happen. I guess it kind of is.
And by the way, she followed through with that because that is what that bullies podcast was. And then the next clip is someone asking quite kindly for people to just stop talking about Jessie's assault.
I understand that
people may be mad at Alex for what he did. And whether or not they want to forgive him or they feel that makes him a rape apologist as well, that's their choice. Jessie has chosen to forgive him. She feels his apology is enough. Jessie also doesn't feel that Gabby Hanna has really apologized, and I don't blame her, given what I heard in that 3-hour phone call. We're all sitting here and discussing whether or not we should be mad at Alex or mad at this person or mad at that person. What really matters is that this is a really traumatic event that Jessie went through, and I think she would love it if everybody on the internet would just shut up about it. Gabby included. And that's my opinion. That's what I wanted to say.
Everyone agrees, but
That's too virtuous.
No,
Doesn't sound real.
you're
sorry.
You can go ahead.
Edwin thinks that that's way too virtuous. If that was his girlfriend Mina, and she was a sexual assault survivor, she asked the internet to stop talking about her fucking trauma. If she wants to talk about it, that's her right as a trauma survivor, but it's no one else's right to talk about her and her trauma. Like, I guarantee he'd be jumping her defense. And yet, because it's Jessie, because it's someone he already has a bias against, this is what he thinks. The next clip is around abuse that Gabby gets.
I don't quite igniting to say that maybe we should just collectively stop discussing somebody's trauma. And that
We're not discussing trauma. That's ridiculous.
That's
Too much. We're not discussing trauma, okay? Look, as much as I get the whole let the drama rest in peace, I think there's a huge imbalance because people are kind of discrediting. Like, I'm sorry, I know this is an unpopular opinion, hot take, nuclear take, whatever, okay? People are discrediting the kind of hate that Gabby gets. And, they're labeling her rape apologist. Look through Twitter. I'm sorry. Like, yes, in a perfect world, let's leave it as it is, right? Let's let Jessie have the last word. Not to say that she's wrong in some of the things, but nobody here has talked about her trauma. Like, at all. This is crazy. Who here has talked about her trauma?
Can I just say, I've never discredited hate that Gabby gets, abuse or doxing, if that is actually a case. I've never ever spoken about that kind of stuff because I've never ever agreed with that. Criticism is completely fucking justified. Sending a hate mob after people. Edwin's talking about abuse that Gabby gets and completely forgetting the fact that Jessie got abuse for years because of what happened with Curtis. Years. She is still to this day called a liar when she talks about her sexual assault. People still to this day are backing Curtis and supporting Curtis and hearing Curtis out, which I will fucking get to. But yeah, let's talk about Gabby being discredited, right? Speaking of Curtis, I'd like to call her a friend, when I was discussing this Edwin stream, and she was actually on the live stream debating Edwin, so complete respect to her. She did say that Edwin joked about having Curtis on the live stream, and someone was kind enough to send me that clip.
In my opinion.
Whoa. So you do think she's a apologist? I think he's a human being, to be honest. I do think Curtis is a human being. Should we call Curtis? I should call him up.
No, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to rape apologize.
So I think he said this to get a reaction out of people, which, what a fucked up fucking thing to say anyway. He brushed it off as a joke, but to me, I feel like he may have been like a little bit genuine about that because he kept saying that he thinks that Curtis is a human being. I'm sorry, but when you rape people and admit to it, he joked about having Curtis on his live stream to discuss his experience of sexually assaulting someone. What the fuck? Don't joke about shit like that. Because again, if someone jokes about that, if that was Mina, or even if that was you, Edwin had been sexually assaulted and someone said, do you know what, let's listen to this convicted, admitted rapist's side of assaulting Edwin. I don't give a fuck if that was meant as a joke. To me, in my opinion, that is disgusting, horrendous, and should never be joked about. As Edwin was ending the live stream, I went back on there just if I have to dip in and find this horrendous stuff, this stuff is very possibly happening for the whole of the 10 fucking hours. Edwin had a poll on there to say...
Poll right now has 165 votes, and I said, do you, a women, like to be in the kitchen more than men? And actually 65% of them said they don't like to be in the kitchen. That's unfortunate.
Firstly, what a misogynistic fucking statement. That is how men, about maybe not even 100 years ago, expected what women should be. Women should be in the home, looking after the children, in the kitchen, making me a fucking sandwich. Right, Repsion? Again, I didn't full context around this. Some people were very kind to send me not only the information, the clip that it relates to.
It's just females tend to do it more often. It doesn't mean that it's exclusively that or whatever. It's like, what, women like to be in the kitchen more? It doesn't mean that only men aren't allowed to go in there,
Well, I would disagree with women liking to be in the kitchen more.
I know, me too. I was just making a funny joke.
Context RSC, please put that.
That was a funny joke.
I feel like, again, with that, he's just trying to get a rise out of people. Like, it's so misogynistic. He had a mask on for the few years around Onision and Darby Vanity to try and win support from the public, which he got. And now all of a sudden, the type of shit he's doing on his secondary channel, it's gross. It's really fucking gross in my opinion. So if you support this guy, I would actually say it's probably a good idea to unsubscribe from my channel, because I now have an extreme bias against this guy. And if you've seen the previous video, I was really disappointed finding out all of this shit about Edwin, where I'd seen behaviours sort of just piling up, and now I am just astounded that not only is he continuing this disgusting behaviour and not even trying to better himself as someone who is my age. He's not even like he's like 21, 22 and, you know, you could just be like, oh, he's just a dumb fucking kid. He's 32 fucking years old. And with that, I'm not going to give this guy any more of my energy today. So if you enjoyed the video, please give this a like and subscribe if you feel like it. I would really appreciate it. My next video should be a long format video. I have completely filmed my reaction of Alex James's video. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.